So hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today my friends, I'm very happy to be here to present you another build guide on Path of Exile, and this one is a very special one since in my opinion it is the strongest build I have ever played. Also the most expensive one, only because you have the Mageblood already, you know, and you need that to make it work. We have a cheaper version. I mean, the link is under the description, and I'm also gonna pin it as a top comment so that you can check it. The cheaper version is around 200 to 250 exalted orbs, where you can really do everything, but this build is really poggy. I made it to level 100, my first level 100 character I've ever made, and also I did 40 challenges, okay, with it. That's the point. I mean, I loved playing this build, and if you want to reproduce it or copy it, you will see you will not be disappointed. Also a very good thing is that the Sentinel League that is gonna start in about 5 days or 6 days, you can do it, because as you know they are not gonna nerf and not gonna buff anything. So this build is Sentinel League ready, or 3.18 League ready, and also the build that the cheaper version that I'm gonna link on the description is also Sentinel ready, so you can copy it. So this is actually a Mageblood, I will call it the Mageblood Cyclone cast on crit Occultist build with Forbidden Right. That's actually the name of this build, and yeah, I mean, this was a very long introduction, but I had to do it since I love this build so much. And yes, let's start with the first section. It is gonna be about the pros and the cons. So my friends, about the pros and the cons, this is the first time I'm not taking any notes, okay, to do this section, because the pros, I mean, it has every pro that you can have on a build. I mean, it's very strong, high DPS. I mean, the single target is amazing for clearing. Amazing, you will just clear full screens of monsters. It's also very fast one, okay, even if you are cycling all the time, it's amazing, and also very easy to play. I mean, we are just cycling and cycloning around, okay, and then sometimes clicking on Q to activate Withering Step. All of your flasks, you don't need to use any of them because of the Mageblood. And the last one, the Dying Sun, we have an enchantment on it, used when charges reach full. That means you don't need to use any flask. It's a very easy to play, tanky as hell. I mean, I made it to level 100 easily. You will do also a boss killer. I mean, any boss on the game you can do, and it's really like a joke. For example, Sirius, you really need to want to die in order to fail to kill him, okay, because you can almost tank everything. I tested it out. I mean, you can tank everything. The Sirius is a joke. You will see easiest fight in your life. And yeah, I mean, about the cons, I mean, the big negative point, it is very expensive. It's true. I mean, to make this build, it is around 1 mirror to 1.5 mirror, okay, just because of the Mageblood, yeah, and some other items that I will explain to you in the item section. It is very expensive build. That's the big negative point. If you can and you have the currency for it, I would go for it, but it is really expensive. Also, there are a few mods that you can do on maps. For example, the elemental reflection you can do, and also the non-aura skills, like the 60% non-aura skills effect on you, because you need really your auras to be strong, okay. And also, if you encounter expedition encounters, okay, or league mechanics from expedition. You can do like immunity to physical damage and immunity to chaos damage, and that's about it. I mean, that's all you can't do, but there is not much to say about the pros and the cons, and now we're gonna talk about the skill champs. So my friends, about the skill gems, on our claw we have a cast one damage taken level 320, molten shell level 1120, and a withering stab level 2120. On our helmet we have a tempest shield 2020, an enlightened support level 3, a defiance banner level 2020, and a discipline level 2120. On our shield, awaken hex touch support level 523, a reckoning level 2020, a despair level 2123, and yes, that's about it. And then we are gonna go to our main skill. We have Cyclone 2020, we have awaken cast on crit level 521, power charge on crit level 2023, awakened void manipulation level 520, anomalous forbidden right, very important, an anomalous forbidden right 2120, and an increased critical strikes 2023. Then on our pair of gloves we have a zealotry 21, okay, purity of ice 2120, an enlighten level 3, and a determination level 21. And then lastly we have on our pair of boots we have a flame dash level 2020, assassin's mark level 2020, arcane surge level 21, that's more than enough with quality of 20, and we have a mark on hit level 2020. I mean, I went very fast through them, okay. Signs I'm gonna put under the video description the Pastebin for path of building community, so that you can, or fork, so that you can like take your time and just copy the build as you wish with the skill gems. Now we are gonna talk about a bit of a more interesting section, the gear and the flasks. So my friends, on the section of the gear and the flask, we are gonna start with the claw. It's the same claw as on the budget version or the cheaper version of this build. I mean, you could have a bit of a better one if you can have, like, instead of the adds cold damage, we have the +1 to chaos gems. That would be very poggy, but those are worth like 100 to 150x. I couldn't find one, or I found one, but at that moment I didn't have the money for it because I bought the Mageblood. Then on our as helmet we are having a crown of the inward eye prophet crown, okay, where we have the implicit of +1 to maximum power charges, and then we have an enchantment of forbidden right fires an additional projectile. As a shield we have an Aegis Aurora, okay, and we have a double implicit of +1 to level of socketed gems and +2 to level of socketed duration gems, okay. Best would be to have +2, but those are very expensive and I didn't find one at the end of the league, to be honest with you. Then as an amulet we have the same as in the cheaper version of this build, the attributes that we really need. Then increased intelligence, what is amazing, we have the global critical strike multiplier that is big, energy shield, that's what we want, and then +1 to level of all skill gems, +1 to level of all chaos skill gems, and then a bit more of strength and dexterity. Very good amulet. Then we have a ring, as you can see, with energy shield with resistances, okay, and then non-channeling skills have -7 to total mana cost. We have pretty much 2 times the same one, okay. This one has a bit of strength, what is really amazing, but if you can afford it, instead of the implicit of 30 to maximum energy shields, try to have a +1 to maximum power charges. That would be the best in slot, okay, of rings, if you can find them, and also you can buy them, go for them, but those are like, I would say, around 250 to 300x each ring if you want one like that. Then we have skins of the lords, very important. With you can only socket corrupted gems in this item, and it's the wind dancer, okay. You have other versions, for example with divine shield, but since I'm taking divine shield on the tree, we don't care about the wind dancer. We don't care about it on our armor, because we have it on the tree, sorry. And then we have our pair of gloves. You can for sure go for a better one, but it's pretty much okay for us. Increase attack speed, we have dexterity, we have energy shield, we have mana, what is really good, some resistance and attack speed. But the most important here, it is the increased stun and block recovery, okay. That's the most important on the pair of gloves here. And then we have our boots, where we have like energy shield, we have max movement speed, we have again increased stun and block recovery. And then we have the increased effect of tailwind on you, and then you have tailwind if you have dealt a critical strike recently. That means all the time, because we are dealing all the time critical strikes, okay, so that we have all the time tailwind, okay. And then our baby Mageblood, that's our baby. That's also the most expensive item of our build. There is not much to say about it. I mean, what should I say? I mean, it is much like self-explanatory, okay. Mageblood. And then we have our Quicksilver, where we have increased effect as enchantment, and then gains no charges during Flask effect. We don't care, because we have it all the time activated because of Mageblood, so you really want to go for that. And then increased effect, double. We don't care about reduced duration, okay, because yeah, we have it all the time. Same here again, okay. I mean, the max is 70%, I think. Yeah, I pretty much, if you can have the enchantment of 70%, go for it, my friends, okay. I don't have it like maxed on every of my flasks, but you really want to go always for increased effect, and if you can afford 70%, go for it. And then we have a dying sun, okay, as you can see, where we have the enchantment of used when charges reach full, so that we are full lazy. We don't need to use it or never click on it. That's pretty much the gear and flasks. And now we are going to talk about the skill tree and the remainings. Let's go. So the skill tree, we have like changed it a bit from the last version of this build. I mean, we are using again the Thread of Hope, okay, but this time we are using also Divine Shield, the Glancing Blows, and Light of Divinity, okay. This should be like, the difference here is the Divine Shield. I'm pretty sure that we have reallocated a bit the points. Okay, we have a Militant Fate Timeless jewel, okay, where we are using the Inner Conviction Soul Thief, okay. That's also one that we didn't have, and Infused. And yeah, the large cluster jewels pretty much should be 2 times like the ones that you are seeing here. The Holy Grace, Unwavering, Evil, and Wicked Pole. And on the other side we have Arcane Adapt, Mage Hunt, and Taumophage. We have medium cluster jewel that is here twice the same one, okay, but here we have another one that means the pressure points and quick gateway. and a small cluster jewel where we have increased mana reservation efficiency of skills. You will see you will pretty much need it, okay, and self-control and so on. What is very important about this build also, and it was also in the first version of it, it is the Watcher's Eye prismatic jewel, the energy shield gained for each enemy hit while affected by discipline. That is very important, and increased critical strike chance against enemy on consecrated ground while affected by zealotry. Okay, that's also very important, but we have like changed it a bit, you know. We have the melting of the flash cobalt jewel and so on. We have made a few changes to the build. You will see if you compare it to the previous one, okay, but you can copy it as you wish when you are like importing the past of path of building link. Then on the Pantheon we have the Soul of the Brand King, where we have all activated, and as minor god we have Soul of Relakash, okay. Yeah, the second one, the Captured Drag Apex Hunter, I mean the corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you if you have etc etc. We don't need, since we are immune to corrupted blood on one of our jewels, okay. That's something you really want to have, okay. There is not much to say, and that we are gonna talk on about how I play it. So my friends, now we are gonna talk about how I play it. It's gonna be a very short section, since it's a very easy build, as I told you. So we are just gonna like activate all of our auras: the Tempest Shield, the Zealotry, the Purity of Ice, the Defiance Banner, the Discipline, and the Determination. So we are good to go. We are at 16 unreserved mana, okay. And then pretty much how we play it, I am always cycloning around, clicking on E, that's all. Then sometimes clicking on Q. What is very important is you have cycloning, like you are like cycling all the time, and you click Q and you keep clicking on E, so that you don't, as you can see, you don't cancel your Withering step. As you can see here, the power charges are on, and then we click on Q, so we have here the elusive and Withering step, because if we don't do that and we click now on E, you see it cancel it, okay. So E all the time, or your cyclone, and Q or the Withering step, and you are good to go. You're going. And then we have Flame Dash, sometimes, you know, to go a bit faster, and as you can see, we are very fast. You see that, okay, a fast build. And yeah, by the Flasks we are not using them, as I told you, because of Mageblood, and the Dying Sun Ruby Flask is also like automatically used. So my friends, that was it, and now we are gonna go for a gameplay of Tier 16 map. Let's go. So now, my friends, I'm gonna show a bit of gameplay about this war with this build. Tier 16 cemetery map normal, okay. I mean, there have been some people saying, oh, Diaz, don't do it on a normal map, juice it a bit so that we can see it or so. In my opinion, I'm doing always on the Tier 16 normal map, because I want you to be able to compare the builds between them, okay, because there are some mods that really drastically change the bosses, but the bosses and the monsters. But as I said, we are gonna just go on and cycling all the time, and you see that we are killing everything, sometimes clicking on Q, but what is the most important is always to cyclone and click on a Q and never stop cycling. Like, you don't need. Sometimes if you don't see any monster around, you can go on and run around without cycling, because you are faster like this. But in general, you are always like cycloning. There is not much that you have to pay attention to. You see our energy shield like never going down. Also, like, we can, and I'm gonna show you, just stop playing, the monsters can't kill us. Look, they are killing themselves because of Dample's shield. Okay, this thing explosion is maybe gonna be a bit rippy. But as you can see, look, I'm here, look at how many monsters are attacking me. I'm not doing anything. You see my energy shield like not going down. That's how tanky we are. Okay, that's pretty sick. Okay, it's, I would say, I'm not saying it's unkillable, this build, but let's say it like that. If you pay a bit attention and you are not like standing on explosions on purpose or whatsoever, you can really like never die. Look, because as you can see, and I think you saw already how strong this build is. I mean, I can only tell you, go for it. Okay, it is Sentinel ready, since there are no nerfs, no buffs for Sentinel League, and developers or Chris Wilson has announced it, what is really nice. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, I mean, let me know if you're gonna go for this build, if you liked this build, and yeah, for the rest, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, nice night, and don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe for even more. And yeah, stay safe and good luck on Sentinel League, my friends. Bye bye, love ya.